Hello everybody, this is Jeff Harvie from Down Under Visa, sending you a recording from the Home Office here in the Philippines. Very best regards to all, that's to clients, old and new, and to those who are not yet clients. We look forward to helping you one day soon. So how is everybody? Me, our family, our staff, we're well. Something about the Philippines, everyone is positive. Unless things are really out of hand, people see the best in situations and they keep smiling. And well, we've been here long enough, so that means that's us too. Look, at the moment, Mila and myself, we work from the Home Office. We've got 3 of our staff actually living with us and working here since March. We have 6 staff who are working from their homes remotely, and we haven't been closed a single day. We can't see clients in the office right now, but everything else is really business as usual. But personally, all good. Everyone here is healthy, no one's particularly stressed other than myself at times. Goes with the job, I'm used to it. The kids are doing their study and using tablets, they're sitting in the lounge room doing it from there. The positive thing about all of this is that it has brought us closer together as a family, so we do enjoy that, and I think we'll actually, after all this, we'll actually miss it when the kids are back at school and we don't have the staff staying here with us. They're quite pleasant company. Look, the virus situation, look, most people here are doing the right thing. It's just the far less intelligent and stubborn who wander around without masks and take risks, and these are the people who are slowing progress. But look, I firmly believe though that the vaccine will not be too far off, and this will soon be ancient history. That's what I'm hoping anyway. By the way, this is not my usual beard colour. I don't normally look like Bluto from Popeye, but I was starting to look like Santa with a snowy white beard, which looked like nothing at all next to very white skin. Fortunately, the hair colouring looks like boot polish, so looking forward to it fading. So if you're wondering why I'm looking Bluto-like, that's the reason why. Okay, a few issues here. Tourist visas. Look, if you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, or if you are engaged only, from that right now, there is really no chance. There's a travel ban which stops you from entering. I don't know how much longer it will be for, but I don't know how much longer it will be enforced for, but that's how it is right now, and we can only wait. Don't even bother asking if there can be exceptions because you miss each other, or because she's pregnant, or because you're not well or something. Look, we put in a request for a compassionate visit for somebody recently, and they haven't even responded. It's not the right time for that sort of thing. But yes, there is a travel ban at the moment. Look, if you're married, or if you are in a de facto relationship that is genuine and has some substance, not that just that you think you are, therefore you are, doesn't work like that. It needs to have some substance, need to be able to prove it. But look, if you do, then we can probably get away with the travel ban for you. We need plenty of information from you, so don't argue when we ask for things. If you do go ahead with that, no guarantee, but we do have a high success rate. Look, if you are onshore now on a tourist visa, look, let us know at least 3 to 4 weeks before your current visa is due to expire, and we should be able to look at organising an onshore tourist visa for you. Look, there's no guarantees, of course. I can't indicate that you will most certainly get one, but and that applies to everything. That's just the rules. However, I will say they have been very understanding. Some of the applications are taking a long time, and we have applicants who are sitting there on bridging visas waiting for the tourist visa to be granted, which is not the end of the world. But we haven't seen any onshore tourist visa refusals at all this year, happy to say. Partner visas. Now, you have 2 options here. There is a third option, which is sitting on your tail doing nothing, but look, seriously, who wants to do that? Look, if it were me being apart from my sweetheart at this particular time, I couldn't stand just doing absolutely nothing. It would drive me mad. It's like being stuck in a hole. You need to do something, or you just stay there. So, yeah, I hope you don't consider doing nothing as an option. Look, partner visas are still being processed. The onshore ones are faster than the offshore, but they are still definitely on the job, and that's an important fact. Now, another fact, look, partner visas take a few months to prepare to be ready for lodgement. I'd say 2 to 3 months is fairly average at the best of times. Quarantining has made it a bit more challenging to get documents, so you could add a month or so to that. So you could wait, or you could make a solid start so you can get an application in the system sooner. Think about that. So that means you achieve 2 things. Okay, 1, sooner you apply, sooner it's granted. And 2, you're not sitting on your bum doing nothing. You're moving forward, and you will feel better in yourself for doing so. You may even win some proggy points from your wife or fiancee for being a hero. And we all know how much we need our proggy points. If you don't know what proggy points are, ask your wife and you'll soon find out. It just means you make her happy with you, you make her impressed. So it's a good thing to have. Now, look, onshore or offshore partner visas. Look, being an optimist myself, I tend to lean on the side of onshore if you are eligible for a travel ban waiver because of being in the spousal relationship, married or in a de facto relationship, as I said before, most definitely. Look, take advantage of the time you have to prepare the application. Even marry in the Philippines if you can. Hopefully you can soon. There's a travel ban at the moment on entering into the Philippines, unless you happen to be a Philippine citizen or you happen to be married and with a permanent visa here, like I have. If I left, I could come back, but hopefully that will lift soon. Or you marry in Australia. When we apply for the onshore visa in Australia, she gets to stay there. But if it were me, that would be my preference. But offshore, that means flying outside of the Philippines. Offshore partner visas, they do take longer to process, and I'm finding lately the more patient clients are actually signing up for those because they'd rather apply and have it in the system and out of the way. Now, these are the ones who would maybe wait longer than to be waiting on the lifting of the travel ban. So, look, it's entirely up to you. You know, we're happy to help you either way. We're not going to tell you we won't do this or you're crazy to do that. We just give you the options, you decide. So maybe if you're not married yet, consider a prospective marriage visa as a very viable option. Next step, get a free visa assessment if you haven't done one yet. There's a link in the text at the bottom if you don't know where to go for that, so just click on that and it'll take you a whole 5 minutes, and then you'll get a report which will tell you everything you need to know to get you started. Now, if you're an existing client or a former client, just send me an email and we can discuss the options. Now, look, for those who are sitting there waiting, those who have your applications in the system and you're waiting. Look, most of you have been fantastic. Most of you have actually taken this all quite philosophically and know that the loves of your life are worth waiting for. Some of you get stressed, and look, I'm not always particularly welcoming of those emails you send me when you're highly stressed, especially if you try to assign blame for something which is definitely not our fault. But I do understand, I really do. I can imagine how it must be like. I had to wait a whole 2 months for my then fiancée to have her prospective marriage visa granted. 2 months drove me nuts. Now, I wasn't sitting through this, so again, I certainly do understand. But look, I can just ask you to try to understand that, look, if there was something I could do to make this easier, I would have done so already. Look, here's a few facts to consider before you send an email to Jeff and say, make this happen now. Look, these are the facts. The processing is taking longer. It's happening, but it is taking longer. I would imagine they probably have less staff and things are not working as efficiently as they normally would, if they ever worked all that efficiently. Not going there. Look, and I've never been able to either chase things up and get progress reports, and I've never been able to make things go faster. Couldn't do that before. I'm certainly not able to do it now. Like we always said right from the start, that we will tell you immediately if anything significant happens. Asking us if there's any news, or if there's a, what's the latest, what's the progress report. Again, if there was something to tell you, we would have told you. So asking us that via email, it's a waste of both our times. You're not going to feel better as a result. I'm not going to come back and say, great news, it's granted, and I forgot to tell you. That doesn't happen. Look, it always has been like that. Nothing has changed, and if it was going to change, it wouldn't change right now. So that's the way it is. So what it means is, please don't think I can give you much in the way of useful information. I can't get factual information about what's happening with your application. And please don't ask me to guess how long it's going to take. My guesses are worthless, and I'd rather not make guesses. So please don't say, how long do you think it'll be? When do you think this ban will be lifted? When do you think our visa will be granted? There's no point. So if I make a guess and say, oh gosh, I think a month, you're just going to email me in a month and say you said a month. Well, I'd rather say I really, honestly don't know, but it will happen. So, sorry. Another fact, if you have an offshore partner visa, getting a few questions about this lately, like a prospective marriage visa or a partner visa lodged offshore, I cannot get that changed to an onshore application. Sorry, can't be done. I wish it could, but there is nothing in the law that allows that to happen. Now, we can change a prospective marriage visa to an offshore partner visa if by chance you married before that visa was granted, but the only way to change to an onshore partner visa is to cancel the existing visa application and apply anew. Now, we've had clients who've done this, and in all honesty, if it was me and I had my fiancee wife there in Australia, and I thought, hey, I can guarantee she's going to be here, it just means we've got to toss in the application. It's already in the system, and if I could afford it, yeah, I think I would do it. I'd bite the bullet, but there is no other way to change it, so just please be aware of that before you ask me. Okay, well look, thank you all very much for listening, and I hope this has been helpful. It's nice to say hello to everybody too. It's been a long time since I've done a video. Take care, everyone. Okay, I'm just adding a little PS, a little postscript here, a little addendum for. Now this is specifically for those who are already down under visa clients. If you're not, then you can happily ignore this. Okay, the process is when you are sending documents, when you're uploading documents to the Migration Hub, or when you send documents in, if you still do them that way, most people upload them. Okay, they get checked by a staff member for accuracy, suitability, etc. They then get rechecked by another staff member to make sure, and they then get compared with what is there on your to-do list, and then an administrator will upload your to-do list. If you send something in today, don't get back to us in a few hours and say, oh, something must be wrong, the hub hasn't been updated. We're as speedy as we possibly can be, but these things do take time, and if you email and try to chase something up when you really just need to wait, you will get an email when the hub has been updated. So if you haven't received an email, well, the chances are it's still being checked. Accuracy matters far more than anything. So thank you very much for that.